What's going on, guys? It's your main man back on the scene with another video. It's 4th of July, so if you hear any fireworks going off in the background, I have no control over that. But let's get to it. Hollywood sucks. And there's two main reasons why Hollywood sucks. Number one is activism. Number two is extreme bean counting. That's the two main reasons why Hollywood sucks. And everything else is a byproduct of those two reasons. Before we get into it, guys, do me a favor, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Let's do this. Let's deal with the activism. And the reason why a lot of these our favorite IPs, Star Wars, the Marvel movies, DC, whatever, is they're pushing Fism, which you already know what that is. That's why the movies don't make the money that they should, because they're trying to replace the male characters, which in turn they're trying to replace the audience, which is primarily heterosexual male, with everything else, and it is not working. Nobody wants to see that. People that love comic books like it the way it is, no matter what their demographic. They could have just left everything alone. If you wanted to appeal to a new demographic, make something new, and put it out there, which is what Stan Lee did back in the late 60s and 70s. They began to create black characters because they felt that they didn't have enough of an audience with black men, so they created some new black characters. DC followed suit, but their stuff sucked. DC stuff was the type of stuff you want to punch somebody in the nose. And it kind of came off kind of offensive. DC wasn't working back then. I mean, you look at the box office; they're just losing money because they want to replace heterosexual men. That's the whole thing. You know, if there's a guy in a movie, there's a black dude, he's gay. There's a white dude, he's stupid or evil. That's basically, he's like, there's an Asian kid, he's goofy or something. They just be dogging dudes, man. And it's just not going to work. Guys, men like certain things and women like certain things. I know they don't like to admit that, but it's just a fact. Women like romance stuff. And guys like the hero's journey. And the women who do like the hero's journey like it the way it is. But they're so wrapped up. But their problem is, the message is more important than the character or the story. Or if you compare that with, let's say, Star Trek, as the weirdos like to use Star Trek, Gene Roddenberry. Yes, it did have his political views in the stories. But they were in the story. That was the story. That his political views or his point of view did not overshadow character development or the story. It was just part of the story. Therefore, it did not irk the shit out of you. Even if you did not agree with him, the stories were good, so it didn't bother. You just simply did not agree. But the way they do it now is the agenda is more important than the story. And it's like they're just browbeating you or forcing their agenda down your throat, so people are closing their wallets. Because it's not worth watching. I'm not going to go to a movie and you're just trying to beat me in the head with your agenda. It's like the comic things. Some people felt that current day politics should be in movies and some don't. And I'm one of the people who feel like, no, it should not be there. That's why I go to the movies. It's for escapism. I don't want to go to the movies and see CNN on Star Wars on a spaceship or something. That's not what I go to the movies for. I don't want to see Fox News on the battlefield of Rohan or something. I don't want to see that. I want to see, fight dragons and Superman, Batman, Blade. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see the same thing I see on the news every day. And they don't seem to understand that. And number two, let's get to this extreme bean counting. All they care about is franchises. They don't care about stories. Even though the people that they hire, the activists, aren't capable of writing them anyway. But the studios themselves, they're just pushing big franchise stuff. Because they think they can make quick buck off of the franchise. Like, we're dumb enough to keep spending money on this stuff. No. The MCU should have ended at Endgame. That should have been it. Should have been over. Give it a rest. And then you could come out with some TV shows. You know, they could have done WandaVision. And WandaVision should have introduced us to Mephisto. But I believe the main showrunner didn't even know who Mephisto was. I'm like, well, how are you writing for a show and you did not research the characters? This is how bad it is, because they don't care. That's the problem. They do not care. You're hiring people who don't care, and they're just putting out any old thing. So you get what you see. Right now, they're getting what they deserve. You're spending hundreds of millions of dollars on replacing men, and you're losing money. Because the people who you thought were going to come and sit in the theaters, the weirdo on Twitter, they don't spend money. They don't have money. That's why they're on Twitter arguing with people all day. You know, most of us don't have time for that. We have real jobs, or you have a real business, so you don't have time to be on Twitter arguing with people you do not know. So Scorsese was right. They don't give a damn about stories. Everything's about franchises, which is cool to a degree, but you still have to make good stories. You know, I don't want to just see superhero stuff all the time, especially when it's bad. Because this whole superhero fatigue stuff, comic book movie fatigue, yeah, because they're sick of bad movies. It's a combination of, it's too much of bad movies. If they would have done it right, then I don't think people would. We wouldn't be talking about fatigue because you'd be happy. They should have ended at the end game, gave it a rest, 2 years, and come out with a new bad guy. They could have done it like that. People like the connected universe. Some people don't like it, but a lot of people like, especially the normies, they like that because they're not going to read the books. Those are my two main reasons why Hollywood sucks. One is activism. They no longer hire people who can create. Two, it's all about the franchise. It's all about the quick buck. It's the same thing that destroyed GM some years ago. This extreme bean count. They were so busy trying to squeeze every ounce of profit out of the company, creating crappy products, that they ran themselves damn near out of business. And Hollywood is doing the same thing. So anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Let me know what you think. You think, or maybe you have a different reason why Hollywood sucks. Or maybe you like Hollywood the way it is. But nevertheless, drop a comment. Like, share, subscribe. And I'll see you fellas in the next video. Peace.